Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that the limits you believed defined you were never real. They were not written in your intelligence, not locked into your talent, not decided by your past. They were stories you learned to tell yourself, quiet stories, powerful stories, and once you believe them, they shape every choice you make. This is the question that sits at the heart of your life. Are your abilities fixed, or can they grow? Carol S. Dweck spent decades studying this question, not in theory, in classrooms, in locker rooms, in boardrooms, in relationships. In the private moments where people decide whether to try again or give up, her work revealed something unsettling and freeing at the same time. Two people can face the same challenge, fail in the same way, and walk away with completely different futures. The difference is not talent. It is mindset. From the moment you are born, the world starts labeling you. Smart, average, gifted, weak, talented, not creative. These labels feel harmless, even encouraging, but they quietly build an invisible cage. Dweck calls this the fixed mindset. The belief that your qualities are carved in stone, that intelligence is something you have or you do not, talent is a trait you are born with, that failure is proof of who you are. In a fixed mindset, life becomes a performance. Every test is a verdict. Every mistake is a threat. Every challenge is a risk to your identity. You stop asking, what can I learn? You start asking, will this make me look smart or stupid? Dweck saw this clearly in children. She watched students who were praised for being smart crumble when the work became hard. They avoided challenges. They cheated. They shut down. Not because they were lazy, but because they were protecting an image. Being smart had become their armor. An effort felt like a crack in that armor. Then she noticed another group. Students who saw intelligence as something you build, something you stretch, something you earn through effort, strategy, and time. These students leaned into difficulty. They welcomed feedback. They failed and came back stronger. This was the growth mindset. In a growth mindset, failure is not a sentence. It is information. It is data. It is a message that says, you are not there yet. That one word changes everything, yet when you add yet to a limitation, it becomes a path. I cannot do this yet. I do not understand this yet. I am not good at this yet. Future stays open. This difference may sound subtle. It's not. It shapes how you learn, how you love, how you lead, and how you handle pain. Dweck followed this mindset into the world of sports. She studied athletes who had reached the top of their fields. Some were obsessed with proving themselves. Others were obsessed with improving themselves. The first group panicked under pressure. A bad game felt like exposure. The second group treated pressure as fuel. A bad game was feedback. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. That moment could have defined him as not good enough. Instead, it became a signal. Work harder, train smarter, turn stronger. His greatness was not just talent. It was a relationship with failure that refused to turn it into identity. The same pattern appeared in business. Leaders with a fixed mindset surrounded themselves with people who made them look good. They avoided criticism. They punished mistakes. Over time, their organizations became fragile. Innovation died. Fear took over. Leaders with a growth mindset did the opposite. They hired people smarter than them. They asked hard questions. They treated setbacks as learning opportunities. Their companies adapted. They survived. They grew. Dweck examined relationships next. This is where the cost of mindset becomes deeply personal. In a fixed mindset, you believe that compatibility is something you either have or you do not, that love should be easy. That struggle means something is wrong. So when conflict appears, people withdraw, they blame, they give up. In a growth mindset, relationships are seen as skills. Communication can improve. Empathy can deepen. Conflict becomes a doorway instead of a wall. Love becomes a practice, not a test. Parents play a critical role in shaping mindset. Dweck discovered that praising children for intelligence teaches them to fear effort. Praising them for process teaches them resilience. When you say, you are so smart, you tie their worth to performance. When you say, you worked hard on that, you tie their worth to growth. The difference shows up later in life. Adults raised with a fixed mindset often chase validation. They avoid situations where they might fail. They stick to what they already know. Adults with a growth mindset keep reinventing themselves. They learn new skills. They change careers. They grow beyond the version of themselves they once believed was final. One of the most powerful insights in the book is this: you can hold a growth mindset in one area and a fixed mindset in another. You might believe intelligence can grow, but relationships cannot. You might believe skills can improve, but personality cannot. Mindset is not a label. It is a pattern. Patterns can change. Dweck warns against a shallow version of growth mindset. Effort alone is not enough. Effort without strategy leads to burnout. Growth mindset is about learning how to learn. It is about seeking feedback, adjusting methods, staying curious. This is not about pretending everything is possible. It is about understanding that potential is not visible at the start. It unfolds through commitment. The most emotional part of Dweck's work is not the research. It is the human transformation. People who spent their lives believing they were broken discover that they were unfinished. People who lived in fear of judgment learn to love the process. People who avoided challenges learn to chase them. This shift does not happen overnight. The fixed mindset has a voice. It whispers when you fail. It tells you to quit. It tells you that effort means weakness. It tells you that if you were truly capable, this would be easy. The growth mindset answers back. It says, "This is how growth feels. This discomfort is the price of becoming more. Stay. Every meaningful skill you admire lives on the other side of that moment." The climax of the book is not a single idea. 'Tis a realization. Your mindset is not who you are. It is a lens. And you can choose to change the lens. When you do, the world changes shape. Challenges become invitations. Criticism becomes guidance. Failure becomes a teacher instead of a judge. Stop trying to be perfect. You start trying to be better. The final message of mindset is quiet but radical. You are not defined by your starting point. You're defined by your direction. Your intelligence is not fixed. Your character is not fixed. Your future is not fixed. What grows, grows stronger. So the next time you hesitate, the next time you hear that inner voice telling you that you are not good enough, add one word: yet. Then take the step anyway. If this story challenged the way you see yourself, do not let it end here. Choose one area of your life where you have been playing it safe. One place where fear of failure has kept you small, and commit to growth. Not perfection. Growth. Stay curious. Stay patient. Subscribe for ideas that reshape how you think. Share this with someone who doubts their potential. And remember, the most powerful change you will ever make is not in what you do, but in what you believe is possible for you.